Good evening. I'm Bruce Williamson, the Chargé d'Affaires at the U.S. Embassy in La Paz. Thank you for joining me to celebrate the independence of the United States of America. I wish we didn't have to do it like this, through a computer screen. I wish that we could celebrate together. The very fact that we have to hold this party online might make you wonder if we have very much to celebrate at all. You could probably tap your screen or click your mouse just as I'm talking and see some news that makes you feel bad, disappointed, for any number of different reasons. But I think we have something to celebrate. I'm reminded of one of the last speeches the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King gave before he was assassinated in 1968. In that speech, he imagined that God gave him the chance to live during any time in human history. Well, he told God he'd choose to live exactly in this moment, right now. Dr. King said, "Now that's a strange statement to make, because the world is all messed up. The nation is sick. Trouble is in the land. Confusion all around. That's a strange statement. But I know somehow that only when it's dark enough can you see the stars." Today I celebrate not just my country's independence, but its independence as a free and democratic nation. I celebrate the right of my people to choose their leaders in free and fair elections. I celebrate the ferocity of the women who 100 years ago refused to be excluded from American democracy. Women who won their right to vote through strength and peace. I celebrate the women and men who, alongside Dr. King, stood and who marched, who sat in the wrong part of the restaurant, and who rode the bus where they weren't allowed. People who won their place in American democracy with courage and nonviolence. I celebrate every one of my countrymen and women who today raises their voice and who exercises the right to call for justice, for order, for reconciliation. These are the stars I celebrate tonight. But I'm not celebrating alone. Whether you were born in Philadelphia, like I was, or in Potosí, perhaps like you were, these are your rights. We both have a right to tell our leaders what we think. We both have a right to choose our leaders and have our votes counted. We will both elect our president this year. And this hemisphere and this world will watch our choices. I encourage you to exercise your democratic rights this year with courage, with responsibility, and with passion. That's what I'm going to do. The stars we celebrate, even in darkness, are the values we share. These democratic values illuminate each other and are our future. They guide us towards prosperity as our two people trade with each other as equals and create jobs in both our countries. More than $1 billion a year in trade binds our people's determination for development. Our democratic values guide us towards security as we work together to confront threats to our two peoples. Last year, we worked together to help extinguish the flames that were threatening Santa Cruz. Last year, we worked together to help protect the environment. We collaborate to prevent the corrupting influence of narco-trafficking. We stand together now to protect our families from the pandemic. Our shared democratic values are the stars that guide us towards a brighter tomorrow. Every year they encourage nearly 2,000 young people in both our countries to study abroad. They illuminate the minds of Bolivian and American Fulbright scholars, young entrepreneurs, and budding scientists into whose hands we entrust our collective futures. Our values guide us as we weave together our arts, our music, our dance into new and beautiful expressions. This will be my last 4th of July in Bolivia. When I arrived here 3 years ago, some looked at the relationship and imagined I was arriving into darkness. Then, as now, I was guided by our shared values, by diplomacy based on respectful dialogue. Things are no longer the same. But those stars we follow do not lead us back in time, back to the relationship we had 20, or 30 or 50 years ago. They lead us forward to a new relationship based on the needs and aspirations of our two peoples. Over 100 years ago, a woman and a sailor named Grace Hopper helped invent the modern computer. She liked to say this: "A ship in port is safe, but that's not what ships are built for." I think she was right. The relationship between our two countries will be imperfect. There will be challenges, but it is a relationship first and foremost between our two peoples based on our shared values and on a responsible exercise of our democratic rights. I believe in that relationship, and I think that you do too. Thank you for celebrating the stars with me. Happy Independence Day. May God bless Bolivia, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you and good night.